Friday, January 26th, market analysis, Stan Ehrlich. Okay, you guys know that I start out with the stock market indexes. Typically the E-mini, the March futures contract, is the lead contract at the moment. And you know that if you've been listening to me for the last few days, I am looking for the market topping out and having a mild, short-term, not bear market, not big, small downside correction or dip in this bull trend. So today, we are now in the 5th day of being overbought. For me, this is my first criteria to look for tops. My custom RSI on the E-mini March futures contract, I'm just bringing up on the screen, shows for the last 4 days. This is turned yellow, which is my code that makes it yellow, not TradeStation or NinjaTrader itself. So it's a warning, like a yellow light, traffic light, that the market is either about to turn down in this case, or yellow on the bottoms. So if we now are able to get below yesterday's low, then we're probably going to get below the day before that, but that's just an added icing on the cake. We need to get below yesterday's low in order to have a bearish engulfing, which is an outside down day, which is also called a bearish key reversal in the old days. But now we call it a bearish Japanese candlestick, engulfing candlestick. That is the remaining criteria for it to turn automatically red, like we had exactly on the top of the market back here on July 27th. And we had another red signal here that didn't work. Nevertheless, it was a legitimate combination of factors. It just didn't work. They don't all work. Nothing always works. And even though that didn't work, there's still a chance you would have made a profit on the scalping trades for ER1 scalp and ER3 scalp. So we're close to making a signal. If we get an outside down day, it will turn red. And one way or the other, frankly, signal or no signal, I'm expecting it to come down to approximately 4840-ish, this red zone, because it's the first level of support. There's a very good chance, so I guess, that it could come down to the bottom of the trading range, which kind of started December 14th and ended around January 18th, about, 4.5 weeks or so, a month. And this little rally for the last 6 days or so, not a big deal, but it is important because it's a new high ground completely, and for stock market indexes in general, all-time new historic highs. So we got overbought, not a surprise. We should usually, and often, most of the time, start some sort of a downside correction. And I've been saying that. I thought 2 days ago we were starting, but yesterday it rallied some, but there's no new high. There's a new high close yesterday, but not above all the previous highs. Today, we got a little bit above yesterday's high, and we might have made, it looks like we did, I didn't realize, a very small, minor new high for the whole trend. That even makes the signal better or more bearish, not much, to me anyway, if we have an outside down day. And we're lacking the quote that is lower than yesterday's low. Next chart, enough of that. Spider, same information completely. Downside objective first, 477, give or take a point. Next one is about 467, give or take a little. And not particularly likely, but I can't rule it out completely, this blue zone, which starts at 460. Next chart. This is the spider 1 minute. You can see that we were close to the high of the day, mid-morning. We are now at exactly 10:03 California time, a little past the middle of the day, and we're now very close to the low of the day, which was made this morning, California time, 7:07 a.m. It looks like we're about to break that low, which might probably hit some sell stops and cause a little bit more of a decline. But the real important price is yesterday's low, in my opinion, and that's 485.38 to be exact, 39, 485.39. Below that, we have an outside down day and a bearish engulfing ER sell signal if it also closes lower than the previous day's close. Period. Next, DIA. Total new high, historically, not quite overbought. I cannot, because I'm not overbought, get a sell signal, but we can get a bearish engulfing if it gets below yesterday's low, and I would like that. But again, it's not an official ER sell signal, meaning Ehrlich reversal sell signal. Next chart. But it's going to come down with the S&P if we get those signals. And again, even if we don't get the signals, I'm still looking for a bit of a dip. I just love to see the signals. Then the automated trading system kicks in and I just watch it make money, I hope. Next, Russell 2000. 3, 2, whatever, I don't care. Higher high than yesterday today, that's good. Currently, it's actually trading a little lower than yesterday's close. And if it gets below yesterday's lows, then I would expect this little gap to get closed. And that's so close that it probably will go down even more. And I'm expecting a dip down to about 187.5 on the Russell. Next, the QQQ did not make a high today above yesterday's high. It is overbought for 6 days now. It does have a couple of little gaps to close at lower levels around my first objective to the downside, 413.13, and maybe it's going to dip down a little more to about 395.25. And there's a smaller chance that it's going to dip down to the support area, which would be 388. But, you know, all of these are relatively minor, relatively short term. It'll take a few days to maybe a couple of weeks or so worth of downside. And then it's going to turn back up again, in my opinion, and make new highs for the whole damn trend and keep going. Next, NASDAQ futures March. No higher high like the Qs. Simply overbought. Same expectations. Coming down to support. We'll see what happens. Now we'll go to futures, futures, futures. By the way, you guys can contact me at info@ersignals.com. Hey, nobody's asked me about cyclical analysis. That's something I'm an expert at. I invented the original tool, the Ehrlich Cycle Finder, in 1977. It's sold about 20,000, give or take, worldwide, and listed in, God, I don't know, give or take about 20 books, including the Bible of technical analysis, John Murphy's Technical Analysis of the Financial Markets, and many others. Okay, so ask questions about a particular stock or commodity and ask me to do some cyclical research, and I'll be able to come up with that for you maybe tomorrow. Outside down day, not quite. We need to get below yesterday's lows in order to get an official red sell signal. The NASDAQ, the E-mini is what I've discussed before. This is the first one on the futures group of charts. So I've talked about it. No changes. NASDAQ, different perspective and same commentary. Now the bonds. Bonds got a little higher today than yesterday, but that's about it. It's still pretty obviously in a mild short-term, a month and a half downtrend. But it has gotten oversold lately, and it is starting to challenge the support area, two of my favorite combinations. So I think maybe it'll make minor new lows to maybe 117 and 25-30 seconds. Not too much lower than yesterday, but that's probably going to drive it into oversold territory again. And I would expect it to start to turn up again, which would correlate very nicely with a downside dip in the indexes on a short-term few days basis, and everything turned back up. The 10-year notes have exactly the same combination, except they're already at a little bit of support. They didn't really get oversold, unfortunately. So one more drive down, a modest minor amount, few days, and back up. Crude oil. overbought yesterday and today, and it is lower on the day. Maybe we've got a high. I don't have a signal yet, but that's prime territory. If you get lower than yesterday's low, I will have a red bearish engulfing sell signal. And who knows, it could be as good as this one on the top of that move and the start of a really big bear move for many months. Many of my signals are part of tops or bottoms and not the highest high, but many of them are the exact high or low day. And that's what I built the strategy originally for, picking tops and bottoms, and people say you can't do it, and just watch. Next, natural gas. Slipping, probably going to make new lows, probably going to come down to 1.850 and make another new low. Not quite oversold yet. Last signal, sell signals worked pretty good. This has been a new low, probably will be a new low closing and not a new low. This sell signal was part of that top, almost the exact high day. This one created another break for a couple of weeks. It was okay, not my best example. This one's okay, again, not a great example. This one worked, but only for a day or two. That one was even better, but still not great. I had a buy signal right here that worked okay. I skipped this buy signal over here that did not work at all, really. This buy signal was perfect. That's the one I'm proud of. Bottom of a big break, beginning of a very substantial rally. Next chart, heating oil. Pick the top. Back there on what the heck was that? January 24th of last year. That's the last time I picked the exact highest high for this one, heating oil. But now we're overbought. We do have a slightly higher high. And again, if you get below yesterday's lows, I got an official sell signal and hope that it works if it does happen. Next, and by the way, I've got two brand new signals toward the end of this group of commodities in cotton and cocoa. And we'll take a look at how they're doing. In gold, unbelievable year last year. We got the high day. We almost got the high day. We got the low day for a whopping big rally. That's a bad signal. It lost a little money. We got the low day. We got the high day. And there were other good examples, I believe, during the year. Maybe not. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Silver, even better. We got the bottom. We got the high, and we got the second high on a double top. That's unbelievable. We got both highs on a double top, and they were both ER sell signals. We got this beginning of the big crash. It was a huge down day the next day. We got the bottom, green. We got the top, red, and another one a little later, which is good. We got almost the bottom. I'm not going to go any further. We got that top. Okay, so oversold a few days ago. Little bounces happened. Back up into some resistance. I think it's going to make lower lows, and I'm not ruling out 21 and period. So I think it's going to head south right away. Platinum. Resistance area in a broad sense. When it gets down here since, well, July, last summer, it's bounced maybe a little lower a couple of times, and we got that bottom to the exact day. And that one also before the rally started. This high in red. So what's going to happen now? Maybe a little more rally. I can't rule that out, but this looks like it's going to make new lows soon. And it's going to drop down below 880 and keep on going down. Next, high grade copper. Had a rally a few days. Yesterday dipped back down a little. Today it's dipping back down a little more. No particular signals, no particular great signal. So I'm between a rock and a hard spot. Didn't hit resistance, not at support, not overbought, but close. I'm looking to be neutral and maybe a little on the bearish side. Next, soybeans. Heading down. Probably going to make lower lows, breaking support. Looking for new lows for quite a long time, since last June. I expect to see this market probably challenge 1,100. 1100. Probably take a few weeks and bounce a couple of times in the process. Bearish. Bean oil. Made new lows, bouncing slightly, close to oversold, not quite, dribbling its way back and forth slowly lower the last few weeks. Bearish, modestly, slowly. Next, meal, pretty much the same. This is another new low, and it's breaking a bull trend line. Next stop on the downside, 335. Fairly good support. And maybe even lower after that. Don't see a change in trend here. Next, corn. Same thing. Probably going to make new lows soon. Maybe it'll get oversold again, like it did a week ago. Bounce again. Very little. New lows after that. Stair-stepping its way down. Next, wheat. Same thing, sorry to say. Now, wheat's a little different. There's a chance that it's trying to make a longer-term bottom, but I'm not going to say much more than that because I don't trust it yet. Neutral to bearish on wheat. Next, cattle. Now overbought and banging into a resistance level. So it's highly likely, in my opinion, it's about to top out. I could get a bearish engulfing, but we're nowhere near that at the moment, so it's not likely today. But I'm looking for it. We got the top of the market to the exact day. We got the top of that rally to the exact day. We got the top of that rally to the exact day. And we got the top of that rally almost to the high day. Any bad signals in here? Yeah, that one worked for 1 or 2 days, so it was so to poor, but not totally bad. This bullish one worked okay, but not the way I'd like it to. Next chart. Hogs. Hey, overbought again, at resistance again, looking for a sell signal again. Major resistance area, in fact. I think it's about to turn down. Probably at a minimum to 78, 77 area. Next stop would be 73. I'm about to turn bearish. Right now, I'm looking for reasons to go short, and I'm expecting reasons to go short, but I wouldn't go long. You're overbought, and that tells me it's probably about to start going down. Next, OJ. Well, we know the head and shoulder top, which I outlined during the process of it forming, predicted within 1 day and a little bit off on price. The last rally high broke the neckline, dropped for, I think it was 7 days in a row, and bounced after being oversold, came down to its minimum downside objective almost exactly. I was shy by like 1 point out of 288. So now a rally continuing. I don't know. I just have to wait. I was kind of thinking it would go down a little bit more today or tomorrow, and not on Saturday, but today and next week. We'll see. Not really strong opinion at the moment on orange juice, but cocoa has a whopping big bearish reversal yesterday, ER sell signal. And I am not surprised at all, predicting, in fact, that it would come back up to hit my red dots, which is the ER3 new short sell signal price. So if it hits the red dot today or tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday, the ER3 will kick in a new short. The ER1 is already short from a little bit lower than where we are, so it's a small loss momentarily. But keep your eye out on cocoa. You now have a chance to go short at higher than ER1, but not the ER3 quite yet. Next. Okay. The head and shoulder top that I have been looking for, and yesterday I thought it started because it dropped off pretty significantly, and the last shoulder high was a bearish engulfing 2 days ago on Wednesday. Today's rally does not kill the formation, but it's not particularly what I would want. What's going to kill this formation is getting above the high made on Wednesday. especially on a closing basis, and maybe going upwards a little bit more for a day or two more. That's not supposed to happen. That high looked like it's in the right place at the right time with the right formation, and today's rally was unexpected. But it doesn't kill the trade, or doesn't kill the idea, it doesn't kill the formation. It still could be good. Keep a close eye out on coffee, head and shoulder top, maybe. Next, sugar. Resistance area, overbought condition on Wednesday, started to move down on Thursday, and today following through. If this mild overbought and overbought condition in resistance succeeds in making a bigger break, then it's probably going to come all the way down to 22 and even lower. Last 23.77. These are continuation contracts. They are not specific exact futures contracts, but you can assume safely so that the prices are going to be very, very close, if not exact, to the nearby futures that people are trading, and the formations are going to be the same, and the way that the market's acting is going to be the same. So they're great for signals, cycles, formations, etc. Next, a brand new today, now, sell signal in cotton. Today's high is just a little bit higher. The high today, 85.86, than yesterday's high, which was 85.83. So 3 tiny little ticks. Today higher than yesterday's high. Yesterday was overbought, and today we're way below yesterday's low. ER1 is short at about 85, currently 84.5, give or take. It's been a little bit lower, doing great. And the next 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we could come back to touch the red dot and go down, down, down. I hope, I expect this sell signal will be red all day unless, which is not likely, it goes right back up and closes higher than yesterday's close, which again is very abnormal. And back to the E-mini, let's take a quick look at the 1 minute stuff real fast to see how close it's coming to yesterday's lows minute by minute. And we just hit a low on the 1 minute spider a few minutes ago, and yes, it has started to make lows lower than yet this morning's low, but getting closer and closer to that bearish engulfing, which needs to get below 185.38, give or take a tick or something, which I think could still happen. You guys have a great day. See you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Thank you very much.